Hi guys, it's me. It's the sun's shining in here, so because it's later in the day, so bear with me, okay? I'm sorry, but I don't have much reflection here. Let me we can see. I'm gonna set up a bit, shall we? Yeah, that might work. Okay. Um, First of all, it is the Tuesday, the some or August 6th, 2013. Hail Mary me to all of you, as of course it is that time of year, as we just already had a couple days ago had um, midsummer or Lugnadesh. Um, Now we're near summer. Well, wait now for the beginning of Mabon, which will be on the September, I believe, 22nd of this year, and of course that's looking forward to that. I would just it's been so long since I sat down with you in the studio that I just wanted to just kind of just touch base with you. Um, we got a couple things that we're working on, and one of the first things I'm going to be working on is getting some money together, um, which means I have to basically just kind of make some self-sacrifices to get the kind of green stuff together that I need for the studio. One of the first things I want to do is work on getting the there. Okay, because the sun is behind the cloud, you can't see it right now. So, one of the first things I want to work on is just getting some equipment together in a few months so we can start going for the gold, if you will, to actually buy some new hardware. And I'm also want to put money away so that we can actually do things. Me and Lemmy can spend time together and do things together. Um, and so that's our plans right now. We want to do some big stuff. Yeah, we want to do a lot of big stuff. Yes. Including get Michelle needs some new clothes. We need to get the chroma key screen. We need to get all the stuff. We need more lights. We need more electronics. We need everything. We need everything. And also, we'd like to try to get a new rooftop antenna eventually, so we don't have to use cable to watch TV anymore, or a satellite dish. Yeah, that would be a good way to save some money. Now, what's your plan? I mean, I'm asking you, the audience. Now, first of all, I watched a video by Sunset Lover, which is one of my channels I subscribe to. And she did a video that says, what's on YouTube stays on YouTube. Now, I don't totally agree with her video, but I don't totally disagree with it either. So let me give you a really brief answer to some of the things that I like to say. Number one, this light is driving me nuts. Here's why. The problem with lights driving me nuts is when the sun is shining, okay, in like it is now, the CFL over here on this side has to get really close to compensate. Unless you want to have a big dark spot. Unless you want to talk about. That's not much of a difference. Oh yeah, there's a difference. Yeah, it's a difference. Okay, so back to what we were trying to say. Now, every like she pointed out, there are people on YouTube that do videos for a living. Okay? But the most important thing is, and then you also got people on YouTube that do videos for fun. And then you got people who do videos for both. They like to do it for a living, but they realize that it's not going to really make enough money to give up their day job, if you will. So those people come into YouTube and they're actually doing this more for pocket money. Like with AdSense, which is a way we can make some money. the click per page. I don't know if you do this, but if your videos get more than 1,000 views in a month, you'll get paid for that. Now, I don't even have 21. I only have 21 subscribers. So that's the next thing I want to ask you. Guys, I never expected much from when I did videos on YouTube. Okay? I come on here because I love doing it, but I also would love to have more of you watching my videos and letting other people know about my videos. And of course, the most important thing, like Sunset Lover said, I don't get any comments. Why? The few I actually got were pretty good, but the rest of them, there is no comments. In fact, Chris Pearl says something like, I don't get any. The only way I know people like my videos is if I get likes. Because I don't get comments. Well, join the club, honey. I don't get comments either. Why is that? Honestly, is it really so hard to even send a simple comment that says, I like the video or I hate the video? Is it really so hard to do that? I mean, what I ask you, I always ask you, maybe I need to do this. In fact, I do this once in a while. You probably saw this. Every so often, when I don't have an idea, I will go into my video archives and I will pull up an older video which has already been made and play that, or kind of like rebroadcast as a repeat. Only because that way you get a chance to see an older video that you may have not seen unless you go through all the videos on my YouTube channel. Those people who go through all the videos on my YouTube channel may kind of have gotten lost where all the videos are. There's so many of them. There's so many. And likewise, Lemmy, you want to say something? Yeah, guys, like Michelle, I need your viewership. There's only 2 people on my channel. Please subscribe. It's so easy. It's http://www.tinyurl.com/LUMIFINISTRA. Please subscribe. I know we haven't done any new videos lately. I wanted to work on some with Michelle today, but right now this is Michelle's video, so I'm going to have to come up with a topic for the next few days. What are you going to try to talk about right now as far as technology? I'm glad you brought that up. I'm going to talk about the portable power pack today. The portable power pack. But that's more like be perfect for the cameras that can be like the iPhone to describe it. Very good point. If you can bear with me, folks, I'm going to bring the camera, the video camera, over to the portable power pack so you can see this. And then, you know what, you're right. Because if I bring the camera over, then you'll have to reset it every single time. And you're going to have to move the microphone too. This is why Michelle has got to invest in new equipment. Because you can't even do the kind of work that Michelle wants to do. If Michelle had at least 2 cameras, a portable one with a viewfinder and or an LCD monitor mounted on the top. Mr. Where's the other camera? It's not using. Oh, okay. Michelle has a digital camera that would be perfect for this demonstration. Here it is. It's the same size. It is actually the same manufacturer as the one that is on the tripod. Except this one doesn't have a lens on it right now. Besides the lack of a lens. Okay. This, however, is a Panasonic BP314. Anyway, so what Michelle can do is mount a small automobile LCD 2.5-inch panel on the top of this. Right. And then she can mount it in a tripod. And that way she will be able to see, at least just like a professional camera, such as the bigger Panasonics, you'll be able to have a viewfinder LCD screen, and then you can just focus the lens and everything without having to go away across the room at the studio monitor. Yeah, sorry about the inconvenience. Isn't that what God said in the big letters 3 miles tall? That's what it says in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Thanks for all the fish. I forgot all about that, Loom. You're right. Okay. Now, like you said, this is a monochrome camera. Color camera is not much different than this. If you mount, you said, a dashboard LCD panel on this, you would be able to see it. There's only one problem. This model runs on 24 volts AC, not DC. Correct. So, that would mean that you need a rectifier, a bridge, a voltage regulator to bring the voltage down from the AC 24 volts to run it at 12 volts DC, positive tip, negative ring for the monitor, while still providing the 24 volts AC for this camera. That also needs a color burst generator. This needs a color burst generator because this is a monochrome camera. But you're right, the color camera is the same as this. And this is a very nice picture. You can also buy a relatively inexpensive, nice composite security camera, 12 volts DC, such as a little Sony box camera, WDR. Mount that same pin or same monitor on it, and basically connect the power lines in parallel, so you can basically have a bus of power going first to the camera and then going to the monitor. So that's the idea that I would like to consider, because that would work out pretty good. And then you'll be able to have it nice and bright and portable, lightweight, very lightweight portrait, because it will also run off my 12 volts DC power supply, which means I don't have to worry about plugging in the mains voltage. And with the solar panel for 50 watts, with a charge controller, the whole input output studio, all the spots, additional lights and everything will run on batteries and the sun. Right now the studio kind of already runs on the sun, because this side here is sunlit. Yes, this side here is electrically lit by the CFL. So what that would mean is, if you got another reflector like this one, can you show them this? I can show them this. Turn this off for a second, just so you can see it. Now bear with me, okay, because this is hard to see. I bought this reflector on eBay, and when I bought this reflector, this came with a 120 volt mains plug. It was very easy to change that plug out. Let's show you how to do that. I don't think I'm going to twist that thing around like that, do you? Probably not. Alright, well, you're going to have to take... Okay, I'm not going to bother to mess with it. Basically what it is this comes in two parts. You take this part off, and the wires are what they call push-in wires, okay? If you ever seen what they call easy wire, okay, that's how this works. So I replaced the original 120-volt mains cord with a 12-volt cord that had a cigarette lighter plug on it. Well, the plug, unfortunately, is cracked into a billion piles of crap. But the batteries that right now that we're testing that runs this are sitting loose next to big fuzzball over there, and so therefore you wouldn't be able to see anyway. So let me just flip this light back on here so I can see it. Wow, that makes a difference. It does make a difference. Okay, so now anyway, the point is everything has a pattern. I like the idea. It's a 12-volt light here, a 12-volt light over there as fill, and maybe a bigger bank of 12-volt lights in front of us to act as a central light. Key light. Okay, so the whole idea is that you would have, and that way you can get rid of the shadows, and you can still have the nice light, and it would still look better. Because then you would be able to set that light here. Though this is only a 20-watt bulb. Yeah, I know that. So get another 20-watt bulb, reflector, same as this. Wire another cord onto it. Connect it to the battery. I get a bigger battery though. How bigger? I would probably say maybe about. Well, let's see. It looks like I think that's a 20 amp hour. I would definitely go at least another 20 amp hour, 40 amp hours, so that everything would have plenty of power for running. Because when you put on the charge controller and the 50-watt solar panel, then you'll have plenty of power. Lots of sun coming in, and of course we still have the mains power pack can still keep thing charged when the sun isn't shining. So that'd be a great idea. Yeah, and of course the great news is that way. Now, are you going to be putting the portable battery pack together once you find? Yes. The portable power pack. The problem, ladies and gentlemen, is what they call a bridge rectifier. A bridge rectifier is a simple check valve type thing electrically. In other words, electricity is supposed to go through the diode one way. Right. If it tries to go back, it's stopped. Okay? Well, it's shorted. So basically, the gate man isn't doing his job anymore. Okay? It's almost like there's no one in the gatehouse. So what's happening is the electricity is going in and out. Right. So that means that when the when the sun goes down, the solar panel starts absorbing electricity. Or you lose everything you put into it. Right, exactly. Okay. So if you do by putting a simple new blocking diode in, you'll have a new gate man, and no, trust me, that diode was wimpy. Wimpy. I need a hefty. Actually, not that hefty. No, definitely not. It probably a 5 amp, like 50 volt PIV, peak inverse voltage, would be more than fine for most work. You can go bigger. Oh, Mr. Pain in the Ass is here. Yep. Give me a rest ball. I never got a chance to introduce you to this cat. Dang. Just hang on a minute. You're uncomfortable. Oh, I don't think that's what I meant. These two suck. They suck, I tell you. Anyway. Okay. He's not used to being here. He's used to sitting around, but he's not used to being in here. Okay? So, anyway, he's just going to be just being a cat, and he's going to do kitty things, so anyway, the point I'm trying to say is that you can have I want a video studio that can run off the grid, completely independent of any mains power. That's ideal. But the computer can't run on that battery. It's too big. It easily sucks 6 amps at 120 volts for the Powerman G5. Yeah, it's right. It's gonna suck 60 amps at 12 volts. Yeah, that means you're right. You're gonna need like 100 amp hour to 200 amp hour batteries. 400 amp hours. You want 4 of them so you can have plenty of runtime, right? Yeah. Okay, so 4 big 100 amp hour batteries. It's gonna be very heavy. Very heavy. Very heavy. And the problem is that for 60 amps of power, you don't have to take no rocket science to figure this out. That's a lot of watts. That's a lot of watts going into those batteries. Because you use those computer for so much. Let's see. If I calculate that out, 60 watts divided by 12 volts, or 60 times 12. Well, if it was 60 times 3, it'd be 360, 720. 720 watts every hour has to go into those panels. That means that best you're going to need about 800 watts. 800 watts. Maybe 1,000 watts to make sure you're still actually charging the battery. It's a complicated mathematical equation that I have to consider, but yeah, you could do that. How likely is it you're going to be able to get this setup going in here? Not. Okay, so that's not going to happen tomorrow. That's not going to happen this month. It's not even going to happen this year. Right. But the lighting and a bigger battery could happen this year. Yes. Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you go. Some new technology to consider for all the stuff that we do, and then some. And are you going to be getting a new filter ring to replace the one that got broken when the camera fell? Yes, I did order that from Kamita Camera. That is coming. That will be here very soon. And then we'll get our camera fixed back up so we can put filters on it. You never used the filters on it. I know I never did. I'm just trying to say is why. I don't know, Loam. I just never really got a chance to put the filters on the camera because every time I'm like, what kind of filters do I want to put on it? Thanks, see, folks. This is the trick. Because it is electronic, it's not film. Right. There's very few need to use the color correction filters that you see back in film photography to deal with the light spectrum. Because either A, the camera has a white balance adjustment automatically, or B, thanks to post-processing, I can do that in the editing of the video. I can edit and change the brightness, the color, the contrast, what have you. So there's really no reason to go there. It just doesn't have to be done anymore. So everything's done electronically now. So why would you ever want to put filters? It makes a great sunshade because you got the two filters hanging off the camera. Okay, it's filterings. The first is 24 to 37. Yep. And then you have the 37 to 49. So it looks like a lens shade for a wide angle lens. Exactly. So you can have, you can make your camera look really cool because you can do some cool things with it. Now, the only problem that we're running into is that things like polarizers and magnifying lenses and things like that still work very well. But the problem is that the need for the different color correcting filters from the monochrome, for example, or color film, or for like light sensitivity filters, so like the FL, like the 85A, B, C, and the 80A, B, and C. Is really not that much of a need anymore, or the FL-D, or the FL-T, or FL-B. T, yes, that's fluorescent filter for tungsten-based film. Very rare, or sometimes known as, actually more often known as FL-B for home videos. 80B filter versus 80A versus 80C. Okay, so the point is, or if 80A, so they do make an FL-A as well, which is very, very rare. No. Okay, that's great. It's confusing the hell out of me, and it's confusing them. It's confusing them because I'm sorry, some of the stuff is really, really, really esoteric. Especially thanks to digital, we don't really think about color correction filters anymore because most cameras do it for you. This camera here is doing that. This camera is excuse me, is making an honest effort to take care of the white balance. Yeah, but the only problem is with your hair, the white balance gets screwed up because the camera sometimes gets it wrong. Sometimes, and especially in mixed light environs, yes, it does get it wrong. And that's the reason why a photographer, when possible, would rather be able to override the computer's best guess. Because after all, inside of these cameras, there is a computer. A very simple little computer, but there's a simple little computer in here. And this computer tells it how to adjust for exposure in the color camera white balance. So this is the reason why these cameras are like this. This is a cute camera. This is a very cute camera. This is a very nice little black and white camera too. This is some one use for you. Although I think you have an idea now you're going to put to work. Yeah, I'm very glad you brought that up, Bloom. Yeah, I got a plan for that. We'll have to see what you're going to do. Thank you. We will. Anyway, so that's the camera. That's the camera. It's my coffee. It's my cup. And it's my turn. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, so where are we going to put this video? I think I'm putting it on my channel because I thought you were going to do your own. Yeah, but I need video subscribers too, Michelle. I mean, come on. I agree with you. I mean, come on. The angelic beings video only got 3 viewers on it, and so I really don't know what we're gonna talk about anymore because I don't know what people want because they keep changing the rules. So that's life. That's life. Okay, I'll take that. And of course, you might be seeing this reflector in your camera on a shot. I'm sorry about that. This is because these things are only 20-watt bulbs. We have to get them pretty close. Yeah, but you know what though? Don't forget, like this one guy said about using reflectors with CFLs like this. They suck. I don't know if they suck, but they're not as good as LCDs. Well, if LCDs were affordable and didn't cost me an arm and a leg, and the lumens needed for video work, I'd probably say fine. But I'll be honest when I say it, these LCDs are very pricey for photographic work. They really haven't come down in price enough to be feasible to walk around with a big pile of LCD light source. For most work, I like to do existing light photography. Okay. That means that you don't like to use lights so much. Usually you just use whatever lights in there at the site. That's why I do with black and white. That's why I do with 35 millimeter film. That's the way I've been doing it up since I got into photography. But you use reflectors once in a while. Yeah. Once in a while I have to. But I have tried studio work using fancy light sources as well. But I really do prefer using existing light photography, because it's, to me, it's more natural. And I mean, right now it's getting dark, so and it's, I guess, some overcast clouds coming in. It's because the sun right now is going down. That's why. Yeah. So maybe I should come back and do this video tomorrow. That'll probably make more sense, only because I got into this a little late at night when we should have gotten into it earlier. You fell asleep. I know. Okay. Anyway, so do you think? Well, let me ask you a question, real quick, since I'm here. Do you think that this berry tree yogurt is going to make it? I don't really know, because they've only been open a few days, so I have to. I certainly do see people coming in. I do see people buying yogurt, and I do see people enjoying it. So I would say that it is probable that, for at least for the summer, they might do okay. But for the winter time, they probably will have to consider making it a seasonal operation, only because it's going to cost too much to keep open during the winter, because there probably will be less people buying yogurt in the winter time. You know, I was also going to say the same thing too. It was like, if you're going to have yogurt, it would make sense to be open in summer, unless you're in the south, where it can get hot and brutal even in the winter time. Right, exactly. Or if you're in the southwest, such as Arizona and New Mexico and Nevada, where it can be hot year-round pretty much. So yeah, you could probably benefit being open year-round. So I think they would have to, the people told me they don't know what the long-term plans are for. They're playing it by month. I'm sure when they was writing their business plan, they must have thought of that too. I would have thought so. So I am going to let you all go. Yep. And do me and Lumi a favor. Please like and subscribe. We need you. We need you to also leave comments. Whoop, right down there in the comments section for my video. And of course, you can also send me private emails if you rather. It's simple. It's bichela3@yahoo.com or bichela3@gmail.com. I'm also on Google Plus. I'm also on Facebook. I'm also on Twitter. You're on Blogger. I'm on Blogger. So you can always find me. You're on Orkut. Yes. Okay. So you're on Orkut. I'm also on Pinterest. What exactly is that? I don't know. I had a hard time figuring it out. What are pins anyway? I'll have to figure that one out. A lot of stuff I don't. I just sign up for places to give my audience lots of ways to reach me. Yeah. So for right now, I am going to get ready to check out for tonight. Lumi will probably be working on her video, and like you said, though, it's getting dark, and I'll wait till tomorrow. Okay, we'll wait till tomorrow for Lumi's video. She'll be on her channel. Please subscribe to my channel, folks. It really is important to me. If I could just get you to at least subscribe. It's so easy. There's no problem. It's easy. It's just got a tiny URL, only because the URL that YouTube gave me is so freaking long that most people can't remember it. I mean, sure, you can bookmark it too, but most people wouldn't even be able to remember all those letters to make it easy. It's simple. It's http:// www.tinyurl.com /LUMIFINISTRA. It's my name. It's just there's no space. So it's Lumifinistra. So if you want to know another way, it's www.tinyurl/Lumifinistra. There we go. And that's how you can find my channel. And just click the subscribe tab, and then you'll always be kept up to date if any new videos come out soon. And like Michelle said, I'd like to see more of you too. I mean, there's so much information out there, and sometimes it gets so confusing. Like today, for example, Michelle didn't even really have an intended topic. Well, kind of did. And we did discuss it. We did. You did? Yeah, we're talking about the studio and the money and what we wanted to do with it. Oh, okay. So, real quick. When are you going to be buying stuff for the studio? I obviously around Christmas. Yule. Okay, Christmas and Yule. Alright, so we'll talk. We'll see what happens then. And if anybody wants to make a donation, we'd love it. I mean, seriously, people. I could use any help you can give. I need equipment. I need backdrops. We need all kinds of cool things. So, we'll be more than willing to see what you got. So, get in contact with me, and we'll take a look at it. Okay? See you soon. Bye.